So in this chapter of the Myriad Quick Start course, we'll take a look at adding content to your Myriad audio wall. Now there are three main methods of doing this, either recording in real time, importing from files you've already got on your hard drive, or ripping CDs. And we'll start off with real-time recording, and you can do this in two different ways. You can either highlight an empty cart like we've got here, and then right-click and go to record into this cart. That will set the recorder off, and you'll be recording straight away. And when you're happy, you can click on this button here to stop, and you can decide whether or not you want to save the audio or not. Or you can actually just go straight down to the recorder here, if you have the rights, and hit on record, and that will record in the first available cart. And this is recording onto cart number 1. And again, you can see the levels going up and down, and when you're happy, you just click on the button again, asks you whether or not you'd like to save it, yes or no. We'll say no on this instance. So that's recording it in real time, so that's anything through your mixer desk. You also have the ability to import MP3s, WMAs, WAV files, and we'll do that now. We can do that by highlighting the cart that we want the audio file to go, and right-clicking on it, and down here, import audio, and we can choose the import wizard to rip one or more CD tracks or import a single audio or transport file. So what we're actually going to do, I've got a few to add in, so I want to go to the import wizard, and then that will load up and show us the details. We want to import some audio files that I've already got here on my hard drive, and we'll left click, and then over here we can say whether or not we want to add a single file or all the files in a folder. Now I just want to do a couple of files really, so they're in this music file, and we've got a few here I'd like to add in. So I'm going to go for this one and this one. Now these ones have already been tagged in Windows already when I was playing them in Windows Media Player, so it's pulled those details in using the embedded information, the title and the artist. Then we just click on next, we automatically assign it, and we want to normalize it and trim the silence off the start of the audio. Then we hit on next, and we hit next again, and then it goes ahead and imports those MP3 files for us and converts them to the standard audio wall format which has been set, which is a Windows PCM stereo WAV file. So that'll go ahead and import those. And when it's finished, that comes up, and we just click on Finish, and it's brought those two items in. And next, I'd like to rip in a track off CD. So again, right-click and import audio, and we can do the import wizard, or we can just go straight here to rip one or more CD tracks. We'll go to the import wizard again, and that takes us back to this page. You can click on Next. We want to rip audio tracks from CD. Click on Next. That then takes a look at your CD-ROM drive, scans the CD that's in there, and if your computer is connected to the internet, it will go off and query, see whether or not it's got the track and artist details. So this one has brought in some details for us. Not everything. It's brought in the title and the artist, and it's kept the title as the artist. So we actually want to rip this track in here, but we want to change that. So we can go down to here to the force title and force artists. We want to force the artist here, which as discovered is Robbie Williams. So just by ticking that, automatically fills out the artist column for us as Robbie Williams. Also the content here, music, and we'll change the genre here to pop. Now these settings here will then come up in our database tab, and we can also use that to use instant track and the instant autofill as well, which we'll discuss in future courses. So you can tick however many tracks that you want. I just want this first track here, and you have the choice to select all or deselect all, and we can click on the next button now that we're happy with how the title an artist looks, and we want to assign it from this cart number onwards, and we're not going to tick that. If that was ticked and there was already something on that, it would overwrite it, but we're not going to tick that. We'll want it to be converted to match the audio wall's format, normalize it afterwards, and automatically trim the silence off the start of the audio as well, save us having to do that when we edit it further. So click on next, and it gives us a summary as to what it will be doing. And when we're happy, we can click on next, ask us if we're sure, and go ahead. And then it will start ripping in the CD here. And up here gives you the current progress of that line. Here is the overall progress of your entire rip. So if you were doing several CD tracks, then that would slowly build up. And it rips it on, and it will come onto our audio wall once it's done. So it's finished importing. You can click on finish. We return to our audio wall. So there's our two that we imported in and the one that we ripped in, and we'll look at doing more to those carts in the next chapter as we set it up with an intro and an extra point, and also whether or not it fades or ends. So we'll look at that in the next chapter.